Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing very well and you all are safe at your home. So my dear students, today I am here with the fourth chapter of the class 10th biology, that is the same chapter which we have started in the last videos, that is the nutrition in plants. Life processes, which chapter we have started in the last video, and topic we have taken in the last video, that is the nutrition in plants. The same topic we will continue today. Today we will continue the same topic, that is the nutrition in plants. So my dear students, I hope you all are making your notes regularly and you are watching the videos which are uploaded on the YouTube channel Golden Flower Palia. Please regularly share with your friends so that they also can aware about the videos which we are uploading about with your study. So my dear students, without wasting the time, come on the topic. In the last video I have started the topic, that is the nutrition in plants. In that new topic we have studied that all green plants have the autotrophic type of nutrition. All green plants have the autotrophic type of nutrition, so they can synthesize their own food by the process of photosynthesis. In the process of photosynthesis, green plants synthesize their own food by converting simple inorganic substances to the complex organic substances. This thing we have already discussed in the last video. So we are coming on the next topic, that is the same topic, nutrition in plants, the conditions necessary for the process of photosynthesis oblique raw materials, or raw materials means this is the topic in which we will study that what are the conditions in which we have to study that these four types, or you can say these four things, these four conditions under which the photosynthesis process will complete. If anyone out of them will be miss or will not be available, so the photosynthesis process will not complete. Photosynthesis process will not take place. So come on the next topic, that is the CO2, water, sunlight and chlorophyll. In the last video we have discussed that CO2 and water, these two are the inorganic substances. These two are the inorganic substances. So inorganic substances are converted into organic substances in the presence of the sunlight and chlorophyll by the green leaves. So this process is called the photosynthesis, in which all the green plants convert the CO2 and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, that is called the photosynthesis. So these are two the inorganic substances which are converted into organic substances. In the last video we have discussed about the reaction of the photosynthesis, and one more thing I want to tell you, that photosynthesis is a biochemical reaction. Photosynthesis process is called the biochemical reaction. Photosynthesis is a biochemical reaction because in this bio words related with the living organisms, because it is considered that the plants are the living creatures on the earth, and chemical because in this process the different kinds of the chemicals and substances are formed, new products are formed, that is why this is considered as the chemical reaction. So combinedly it is considered that photosynthesis is a biochemical reaction. Photosynthesis is a biochemical reaction. Now come on the next topic, that is the water. You know very well, CO2 is absorbed by the leaves through the small pores. Just for example, this is the leaf. So very small pores are present on the lower surface of leaf. They are called tiny pores. Tiny pores. And the tiny pores are called stomata. Tiny pores are called stomata. About the stomata you are studying from your very previous classes 6 onward. That what are the stomata? Stomata are the very tiny pores present on the lower surface of leaf, and they are helpful in the exchange of gases. Means green plants takes the CO2 during the photosynthesis during the day timing. They take the CO2 by this stomata and release the oxygen in the environment. So these stomata works as a gaseous exchange. They are helpful in the gaseous exchange of the substances. They are helpful in the gaseous exchange of the substances. So my dear students, today I will tell you about the detailed structure of stomata. Structure of stomata. Structure of stomata. Now this is the bean-like shape structures in which the shapes are like bean shaped. These are called the bean shaped structures, and these cells which are present outside the stomata or cells are called epidermal cells. This is a structure of open stomata. This is a structure of open stomata. During the day timing, stomata becomes open for the exchange of the gases, and the opening and closing of the stomata works in the presence of the sunlight. I will discuss with you. Now, in this, these cells are called the epidermal cells. These cells are called epidermal cells. The opening, this is called stoma or stomata. Stoma. This is called stoma or stomata. These bean-like structures which are kidney shaped are called guard cells. These are called guard cell. Why these cells are called guard cells? Because they guard the stomata. They cover the stomata. So that is why these cells are called the guard cells. And inside the guard cells, these are present. These are called chloroplast. Chloroplasts are present. Chloroplasts are present. So this is the structure of stomata. My dear students, you have to make proper study, proper practice with the labeling, because this is the practical related question also, and many times this question is asked in the board examination for the labeling. They have given the diagram in the question paper, and after that the students have to label the different parts of the stomata. So you have to make proper labeling of this stomata. And what are the stomata? As I told you, that stomata are the very tiny pores present on the lower surface of leaf, and what they do, they are responsible for the exchange of the gases in the plants. Now I will tell you about the opening and closing of the stomata. Opening and closing process of stomata. Now listen everyone. Opening and closing of stomata. ठीक है? Opening and closing of stomata depends on the formation of glucose in guard cells. In guard cells. Now, first of all, I will draw the diagram, then I will explain you. we have to draw the diagram of closed stomata. Now, this is the diagram of the closed stomata. This is the diagram of closed stomata, and this one diagram is open stomata. How the opening and closing of the stomata takes place, I will explain you. During the day timing, when the sunlight is present, during the day timing, so the chloroplast which is present in the guard cell, they follow the process of photosynthesis, because it is the function of the chloroplast you have studied in the class 9. They help in the process of the photosynthesis. So what they will do? They will do the chloroplast which is present in the guard cell. They will follow the process of photosynthesis, and after that, after the photosynthesis, the glucose will form in the guard cell. So due to the formation of the glucose in the guard cell, the guard cells will become turgid. Turgid means फूल जाती हैं. Turgid means फूल जाती हैं. Means the guard cells will become, you can write here about below the guard cell. The guard cells will become turgid. So due to the turgidity of the guard cells, the stomata will open. But when the night will occur, or when in the absence of the sunlight, the glucose which is formed during the day timing in the guard cell, that will be used up. The glucose which is formed in the guard cells during the day timing, that will be used up, and after that the cells will become flaccid. The cells will become flaccid. Guard cells will become flaccid. The guard cells will become flaccid. Flaccid means पिचक जाती हैं. So due to the flaccid condition of the guard cells, the stomata which is present in the middle of the two guard cells, that will become closed. So this is the opening and closing process of the stomata in the green leaves, or you can say plants. The stomata and opening and closing of stomata, it depends on the photosynthesis by the chloroplast which is present in the guard cells. You can consider like this one, this hand, this is one guard cell, this one is second guard cell, and these two guard cells are overlapped to each other. The space which is present between my two hands, this is called the stoma. Now at this time the condition is closed. Stomata is closed. So when during the day timing, in the guard cells chloroplast is present, and they follow the process of photosynthesis. So due to the formation of glucose, the guard cells will become turgid. So due to the turgidity of the guard cells, the gap which is present in the guard cell, that is called stoma, it will becomes open. So opening and closing of stomata depends on the starch formation or glucose formation in the guard cell. So how the CO2 is taken by the plant, is it clear to you? I think it is clear to you that CO2 is absorbed by the plants through their leaves, which is through the small pores which are present on the leaves. Second one is water. The plants absorb the water through the roots. In the last video we have discussed already. Now sunlight is absorbed by the chlorophyll. Sunlight is the solar energy, and chlorophyll convert the solar energy by utilizing CO2 and water into the chemical energy. This thing already we have discussed in the last video. So sunlight provide the energy for this process of photosynthesis, because photosynthesis is a endothermic process. Now the second one is the chlorophyll. This is the green pigment. Chlorophyll is called the green pigment. Chlorophyll trap the solar energy. Or you can say sunlight. The sunlight is trapped by the chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is present in the leaves, or you can say in the chloroplast, because chloroplasts are present in green leaves. Chlorophyll, here I have written the chemical formula of green pigment, that is the chlorophyll. Photosynthetic pigment may be of different type, yellow pigment, brown pigment, red pigment. That is not related with your syllabus. You have to study only the green pigment. Green pigment follow the process of trapping the solar energy, and chlorophyll is present in the leaves. This is the formula of green pigment chlorophyll, C55H72O5N4Mg. Now this is the metal, which is Mg. This question many times is asked in the board question MCQs also, that which metal is present in the green pigment. So answer is the magnesium metal is present in the green pigment. I hope this topic is clear to you. Now in the next topic we will discuss the few experiment related with the chlorophyll, sunlight, and carbon dioxide is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, and sunlight. These three topics, these three essential conditions we have to show with the help of the different experiment. And this time in the board examination of the 2020, this experiment is asked in the board examination. So we will discuss in the next video the different experiments. Hope you are doing very well and make the proper practice. All the best.
Do self-study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.